All right, what's going on, guys? I am working on the APF Editor, trying to get some work in. I've been doing a lot, and it's going to be a surprise when I finish. But I kind of want to get your feedback too, so I figured I'll do some streaming, see if you guys like it. All right. So right now I'm working on the season mode. So I've been putting in some work, trying to get the season stuff into the All Pro Football Editor. So if you guys want to take a look, I can kind of show you what I have and see where we go from here. So let's see. I'm not sure if you guys can see me or not or hear me, but someone's saying no live video. Whatever. Stream looks good. Everything seems fine on my end. So not sure what you're seeing over there, Sean Guzik. So I'm trying to work on the season and then the franchise mode. Let's see. No live video. Oh yeah, I got a bug. So let's check it out. Yep. So I'm trying to get the season stats to save. This is the actual All Pro Football Editor that I work on. It's in Visual Studio. So this is what I use. I use Visual Studio 2012, 2015, depending on how I feel. And yeah. So I'm working on trying to get the season stuff to save. And I've never really done videos with the code, so figured I'd turn it on. I also wanted to get your feedback. I might start doing this now that I'm working on this again. Just see how you guys like it, and if you like it, then I'll continue to do them. But anyways, so let's see. So all right, so where am I at? So this is for the sacks, right? So the stats for the sack, let me bring up my console here. Actually, I have it over here. See if I can switch it around. Yeah, I can do that. So I'm going to turn on the console and kind of go back and forth and show you what I'm dealing with here. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. It's Thursday night. I'm sure there's basketball on, but I was going to play a league game tonight, but one of the guys couldn't make it. So let's go over to the console in a second. See what we got. actually, let me see. Oh, okay, I can just do it this way. No. Video capture device. Yeah, that's what we want. We want the Elgato. We want to send this to the back. Sorry guys, I'm just changing my scene here. Order, move to bottom. Order, move up. There we go.
And it's finally here.
Okay, so you guys can see that. Let me turn that audio down a little bit.
They'll be matching up against the Gunslingers. I'm Dan Stevens, and sharing the booth with me is my esteemed colleague,
20. Hopefully that sounds better. Maybe 15. Yeah. All right, that looks better. Oh, okay. It's all good, Sean. Just trying to do some stuff here. So if it looks bad or anything, let me know. But I'm just messing around here. So my speakers are going crazy over here. Let me see. Playback devices. That looks good. Turn this down. All right. So, yeah, things are looking fine. So let me go back. So I just want to kind of show you guys some things, show you what I've been doing. And I'm all over the place. So let me get back to where I was. So let's go over here. What you see here is a spreadsheet that I've been putting together for injuries. And I kind of want to share with you guys like how much work goes into this stuff here. And what I do is I basically load a season. I have all my seasons saved through here, and then I make a backup, and then I open up the season and I start to look at the stats, because what I'm working on is the season mode, right? I talked to you guys about this in a previous video, and I've been working on trying to decompile or decrypt or uncover the season mode and specifically the stats. So like team stats, player stats, etc. And so it's really hard because you have to, number one, you have to go through the hex editor, which I'll show you guys here. This is just an example. And then I just start bookmarking things, right? So like I'll look for certain attributes, and because I've been doing this for so long, I have a lot of things saved. So I know a lot of the pointers and a lot of the locations, but you know, so keep getting texts here. Who's texting? Sorry guys. Keep saying is the word. Is the word. So anyway, so this is the hex file. This is one of the season files that I work on. So I've been looking up like where the injuries are. So I have their stats and everything all coded in the editor. I know where everything's at. I know where the attributes are at, and then the attributes have all these different numbers in them. And then this is Randy White that you're looking at here. And then all these different things mean something. So I've wanted to do a tutorial for you guys for a long time. So now that we're here, maybe I'll show you real quick, like an example of what I look at when it comes to this hex stuff. So if you guys want to get geeky here, I can show you some things. So like, let's just take a look at this character here, right? It's 1C, and 1C is 28. Let me move this over here. So let's go to 1C, and 1C is 28. So I have this, this chart here, right? This is a decimal, binary, hexadecimal conversion chart. And basically it shows you the decimal values. Hopefully you guys can see this. And then it has, you know, the decimal value 0 through 225, the bottom right, or 255, sorry. So there's 256 possible values in here from a decimal standpoint, 0 to 255. And then you have the binary example of that, right? So like 1 is going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all zeros, and then a 1 at the end. And you can see in the binary, there's 0 through 7. So there's 8 slots, okay? And then there's hex, right? So like in this case, we're looking at 1C, right? And 1C is 28, right? So if we go down to 1C, you can see here, and I'll try to zoom in here for you guys. You can see here that 1C is 28. So it matches this. This is the integer. This is the decimal, 28. The hex value is 1C. 1C is here. And then you have your binary, right? You have your binary numbers, right? Your bits. So there's been times where people have asked me and said, "Oh, well, how did you figure that out?" And hold on a second. Camera's getting all crazy on me. There are people that have asked me, like, how do you figure this stuff out? And what you want to know is that each one of these zeros and ones could potentially be 2 values. Like, so this one here can either be a 0 or it can be a 1, right? So like this could be like in one of the ESPN 2K5, this could be dreads on or off, right? 1 or 0. But this one slot is hidden within this one value here, right? So like, that's what you have to do. You have to go through and you have to figure out, not only is what the hex is showing you here, which is 1C, but you also need to figure out inside of there's potentially up to 8 different on and off flags, or it can get more complicated where you could have like the first, like this one here, you could have the first 5, 0 through 5, or 0 through 4. See 0 through 4 here. The first 5 slots, you can have those be a number. And the way you do it is, I'm not going to get too technical on you guys, but I want to give you just a taste of how this works. This, let's say we had 1F, right? 1F, and let's say this is the max value, right? So we know that these 5 slots here in 1F are, let's just say it's face masks or something. I'm just making it up. So these 5 slots really represent 31 possible values, right? 0 through 31. So like, for instance, if I go over here to the right, and let's say it was these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say it was 7F as your hex. And just hang tight, bear with me. Let's say the value in here was 7F. Look, there's 7F right here actually, and it's 127. So 7F, right? So you have, let's say within 7F, this part here is face masks. Let's just say, for instance. Well, 5 of these really equates to this number here, because you move them to the right, right? They go to the right. So they go like from where they were, and they move to the right, and then it gives you 31. So you have 31 possible values within 7F. So if you go back to the code here, I'm going to show you guys, like, you have to do what they call bitwise. So you have to move, you have to slide over and back and forth. So that's kind of what I'm doing here to save the injuries, because I got the injuries figured out. So hopefully I'm not getting too crazy with you guys here. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. This is just me doing some work, and I'm not sure if I'll be talking the whole time, but I'll be looking at the chat if you guys have any questions. I'm planning on doing a new release of the All Pro Football Editor. I've been putting in a lot of work over the past few months, on and off, and trying to decode things and unlock things, and I feel like I'm getting close, but I need to make it worth my while, because it's going to be a brand new editor. So, you know, for those of you guys who've donated to the original one, then that's fine. You guys can take that and keep using it. But this one's going to be a brand new season mode version, I'm thinking. And if you guys want it or people want it, then, you know, it's going to be some kind of a donation to get it. So I just need to figure out a way to just get back a little bit on this, because I've put a tremendous amount of time. So I'm just telling you guys that so you guys are aware. And if you have any thoughts on how we can do that or how that works, I'm always open to ideas. But like today, I spent the entire day working on this. So as an example, I've been doing this since 7:30 a.m. And then that's just one day of me working on this stuff. So I know I'm crazy. I got problems. I'll be right back. I got to heat up this coffee. All right, got my coffee. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Go, boy. My dog's coming in here. It's my boy. All right, so get back to business. I should probably play some music when I do this stuff, but go. But I'm thinking about doing some live streams like this so you guys can kind of follow along. But let me know if you guys want to listen to this, and if you do, maybe if you have any pointers or any tips you guys can give me on what to do to make it more entertaining, I will. But I'm just working, so if you guys want to watch along, you can. And if you have any questions, like I said, just hit me up with your questions. So yeah. All right. So let's see. What are we doing here? We're doing injuries. And then did I do this one yet? Yeah, I did that one. Yeah, I did that one. So injuries are being set here. Let me take a look for a second. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. You going to bed?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
All right. We'll go to bed.
Wait, am I in the video?
Yeah, you're on live YouTube right now. People can see you.
I'm the fastest man alive. Please. I raced every single buddy in my school and I win. Bye. I'm going to bed. See you.
All right. Bye. I love you. Give me a kiss, will you?
Fine.
Have a good sleep, okay? We'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
All right. Can you close that door for me, please? All right, kiddo's going to bed. So, let's see here. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show. I wanted to show you the. I wanted to show the. I guess it's already there. I wanted to show the sacks. So like I was doing the sacks before, and it's hard, man. Some of this stuff is so crazy how hard it is. Let's see. So USB. Let's go to the wings. All right. So inside of here, let's take a look at the statistics and then player statistics, and then let's go to defense. So you can see some of these sacks are 2.5, 8.5. So if I go back to the editor here, you're going to see that this section here, and I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but this section here, I have to account for the half a sack, you know, so which is, you know, kind of tricky the way they do it. They actually use all the slots they use 7 of the slots here, okay, of those bits, and then they use 1 of the other slot, the other value, right? They use the first one to tell you whether you have a half a sack or not. That's an example of how crazy this thing gets. So it's like when you're working on it, you're trying to figure it out. You're like, how the hell do half sacks happen? It's not a decimal value. So you got to use the hex binary chart and take a look and figure out in the file what the hell's going on, and just start figuring out why some have 0.5 and why others don't. And I'm going to show you guys some things that I'm dealing with that I'm not sure if I'll ever get, you know, overcome, but anyways, let's see. Oh, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to do videos for a long time, showing how to do the hex editing and stuff, and I just haven't had time to do it, because every time I want to do something, you know, time just slips and I have other work to do, other things to do. So I figured, hey, why not start doing some dev logs? I may even start doing it for the Football Stars game that I'm working on, which is called Legend Bowl, by the way. But I haven't had a chance to touch that game in a couple of weeks because I've been so busy with my personal life and things. So I really haven't had time to focus on it. But I'm going to get back to it 100%, and I'm working on it hardcore very soon. So anyways, let me get some work done here. I'm just talking, I guess. I'm just talking. So injuries, right? So injuries, there's 3 different things for injury. There's duration, which you can actually see if I go back to the Elgato, you can see the injury report, and you can actually see that there's you know, they have the injury, the duration, which is how long they're going to be out for, and then, you know, questionable or doubtful, what's their status, right? So I've got that figured out, but the injury is crazy. This is the part where I can't really I haven't been able to understand how these really work, because they're all over the place. And in the season file, the values that come across for these different injuries are, like I said, they're just crazy. So what I've been doing is I've been actually, as I showed you before, I've been trying to take this spreadsheet here, and with the values that I think are changing whenever I see, actually I had to figure out where the hell the injuries even are, because you can't change an injury. You know what I mean? So I had to like go through the attributes and just start changing values and seeing what worked in the game. So the process that happens is you know, if you want to figure out where injuries are, you have to go into the season file and find the attributes for the, you know, for the player, right? And then just start trying to figure out what's what, and then changing values and hoping you get it. So it's really, really, really hard and really time taking. And then once you one day stumble upon it, then you have to figure out what each value does, right? So if you go back to the game here, all these different injuries that you see here, torn bicep, broken ribs, bruised hip, all that stuff here, I've been like writing them down and trying to figure out a pattern to see what values correspond to these injuries. But the slots that I thought were working aren't really testing out to be right, because what I was going to do is identify the slots and then just start from 0 to 1,000 or however far they go, and I would just update the file. And then so I'd update all the players that I can update, you know, through the editor, and then I would just program it so it just automatically updates every single sequence, and then I can get every single value, and then that value can go into a dictionary file. And I know I'm probably losing a lot of you guys, but you know, I have a dictionary file that looks like this. And I'll show you guys. So I've already been putting together a file that I thought were the right values, but they're not, because there's something different that I can't figure out yet. But these are all the different injuries that I've been able to identify so far, just by starting new seasons and then running the whole entire season until the end, and then looking at all of the injuries to figure out which ones are which. And then I have the editor basically export out the values into a spreadsheet, and then I look at those values, and that's where I get the, you know, the spreadsheet that you guys see, which is this. All right, so I'll export this stuff out, and then I'll just start to figure out what values are what. And then like in Google Sheets, like you can do like formulas. Like I can take this number and I can basically transform it into a binary with a formula. I figured that out. That was kind of cool. So yeah, Destro, you know, this gets even deeper than even what you've messed around with, man. Like this gets crazy. It gets very complex. But yeah, you definitely have a good idea of what kind of headaches we go through for this stuff, man. It's amazing. Let's see. So yeah. So let's keep going here. Let me get back to the editor here so I can make sure that I'm moving along. All right. So I need to figure out, this whole time I've been talking, I need to figure out how to get the, what do I want? I want the status, right? No, I want the duration. So I'm trying to save the file now. So what I have working so far is, yeah, this stuff is, you can learn it, Sean. You say it's way over your head, but you can learn it, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It's like playing golf. If you've never played golf before, it's probably the best sport I've played basketball and football growing up, and I love those sports. I played them, basketball religiously when I was a kid, like every single day, night, every single day, every single minute I could, I played basketball. And I played in high school, and I loved it. But man, golf is the most frustrating sport and the most difficult sport, I think, to try to get good at, and it's addicting too. So if you've never even played golf, I'd say just stay away from it. But yeah, this is the same kind of thing. You start getting into this stuff, your brain just burns. So yeah, let's see. So what am I doing here? Okay, so duration. So I have the stats loading. Is there a way I can get the rosters and be able to have franchise without doing editing? I can't do Madden. It drives me nuts. Yeah, I know. Madden sucks. I hate Madden. You can't do that's the thing that I'm trying to work on. That's my end goal, is to try to get a franchise going. It's going to be very, very simple to start out, but I think as it gets built out more, the editor can become more with with multiple years, doing season mode in multiple years. But can you do it without editing? You can get a roster and you can get a season file, and I'm going to be doing tutorials. I'm probably going to do a video showcasing how this stuff works, and kind of just doing like a video trailer on this stuff so that people can see what I got. But yeah. But yeah, you're gonna be able to, you need to get the editor in order for this stuff to really to work, if you want to do a franchise mode. And like I said, I haven't finished that work yet. I haven't even started the franchise part yet, but I'm working on the season stuff now. And you're going to be able to hopefully do multiple years, but you're going to need to use the editor to load up your file. But I'll be sharing more on that whenever I get there. What's going on, James? Thanks for tuning in. I'm just doing some all-pro football editor stuff here. I'm going to be getting back to Legend Bowl very soon. I've been busy with like things around the house, and we're trying to sell our house and make some changes, and I'm going to be working on my game full time very soon. I've been doing it full time, but I've just been busy with all different things. Oh, you have to go to the to get the editor, you need to go to simheads.com. I'm sure that it's on my website and stuff, but just go there, and you can, if you go to simheads.com, you need to get an account, and then you can go to resources, the resources menu, and you'll see all pro football there. But the only way you can get it is to donate. And it's $10. So if you really want it, you can get it. I think the people that buy it, like anybody who buys it like recently, the current one, I'm going to probably give them this one for free. So you won't have to purchase it twice or donate twice. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you want to get the current one, the current one doesn't have the season mode though. So that's just roster stuff. But there's a lot in there, both for the online modes and offline modes. So check that out. Check it out. Yeah. I put a lot of time into that thing. So yeah, it's worth it for sure. Yeah, man, I'll let you know when we need beta testers, James, man. I'm not sure. Like, obviously, I got a long way to go. This is going to be a long project, but I'm sure as I get further ahead, I'll need some testers for sure. For sure. But thanks for offering. I'll keep you in mind, man. All right, let's see here. I haven't done one thing in code. I've just been sitting here talking. Okay. So here we go. So duration is offset 33 positions 0, offset 34 positions 7, 6 to 1. This is what I do when I load it. So then I want to see how to convert that back to write it. Right? So the duration, which is this one here. Let's get the GUI val, and then we need to go back. Right, so position. So we're taking 33 and 1. Let me look at my. This is important. This is that sheet I printed out, that hex file, the hex conversion chart. This is key for me. So I'm doing the injury duration. That's 33 and then 1. Right, because all I need is the first one. So it's just the first slot. Position 0. Right. Should write it like this. Actually, should write it like this. That's how I know it's the first slot. So it takes the first slot of 33. Right? I'll set 33. And then 34. Right. Yeah, man. You got it, David boy. Cole, yeah, it's happening. It's happening. I'm putting in that work. The Bills, man, yeah. I'll talk about them in a minute for sure. I just need to concentrate just for a second because I need to figure this shit out. So I basically do N1, 33 M1 or 127. 127 is that one. What? Hold on a second. This doesn't make any sense. Load. Duration. Yeah, same thing. So duration is Okay. So, but that doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't be N1. It should be N. I think that's wrong. I'm going to have to fix this, I think. It should be 1 and all zeros. I think it should be 128. Right? Because if your position... Let me see if I have another example here. It's one thing I'm always doing, checking my old examples, because you get lost with some of this stuff here. Yeah, you got 4 and 15. Right? No, let's not do that one. I'm trying to figure out how to move these around so I can get the right value. Yeah, 127. All right, so it goes over there, 127. That's that one. I think this is right what I'm thinking here, but need to check it, need to check it, need to check it. Unfortunately, I started this stream on a very, it's not super difficult, but I haven't done this in a while, some of this stuff here, so I'm trying to remember how I move this stuff around. I think I'm right. I think I'm right. I'm going to have to roll with it. Hey, what's up, culture? I'm working on some new stuff for the editor. Trying to do season mode. So I'll be running it in a second. I want to show you guys a few things. A little sneak peek into what I'm working on here. But before I get there, I just wanted to do this one piece before I... Where is it? Sorry for all the scrolling, guys. All right, here we go. I swear it needs to be this. It needs to be that. Yeah, it has to be that. And if not, then I'm wrong. But I guess I'll have to test it to see. So yeah, I'm talking to myself here, so never mind. Don't pay me any attention here. Oh, okay. Did I just change that? Yeah, I just changed that. So this is the way I think it should be. But it was 1 for something. Just writing a quick note. That should be 128, man. I'm not going to explain what I'm doing because I don't want to bore you guys, but I think what I did before is not right, but I'm going to have to test it. So this is attributes. Okay, here we go. All right, back. So I need to get to, this should be 128. Right, because 128 puts me at 1,000. And then over there should be 127. Yep. So that plus that should be that. Right, so duration is going to give me GUI val. And then we're going to move over 1. Right? We're going to move over 1, and then we're going to be left with the 254. Okay, so that gives us this 1111 0. We shift it over to the left 1, got it. And that's for 34, slot 34. All right, and then we need to get slot 33. So let me get int numval val2. Let's go GUI val. We need to go 7 over, and we're going to be left with and 1. And 1. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to save you from playing Madden, but I think Madden is so bad. There's a lot of potential with what I'm doing. That's why I'm working on this, and I may even see if there's some coders out there that want to maybe build a site with me, because we have potential to make this huge if we want to do like a franchise mode. But that's way down the road. But right now I'm just putting in the bones, the framework here. So I need to go over 7, right? And I'll be left with 1, right? And So numval2. See, I don't even know what the hell's in 33. How does this work? It's been a while. Numval2. How do you get this back in? There we go. And then numval1. Oh, okay. This is how you do it. I'm looking at an example here, because why not borrow my own examples? This should work. So numval1, we're going to need that for the other one. Let's put this at numval2. Right, and then this player dot attributes 34 equals byte. And then this is going to be, I don't want 27, 33. And I don't want, yeah, I do want that. I want 33. And then 34 is going to be, whoops, let's see, 34. Attributes 34. And now we need to, right, numval1, yeah. So we need to go over 1, 254. Right, we need to go over 1, which is 1. And then or numval1. That should do that one. Status, injury status. Let me see here. Injury status. So I got status here. Should I do status now? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. So we know that GUI val. And I'm just trying to code how to save the stuff that I've figured out so far. So when you hit save, it saves back to the file. So when you read it in, you have to read it in this way. And then when I take it out, I have to kind of like decompile it back. So I need to get status. GUI. These are ints. Why is it doing that? Fine. So I need to get the GUI val, and then I get numval1, my own weird stuff here, equals GUI val, and then I'm gonna go left. There you go, left, 1, 2, right? Yeah. Then you go left 2, and that's gonna put me at 0, 0, 0, and then 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, all zeros, which puts me at 56. Okay. Right. And then this player attributes. And this is going to be 33 equals byte. Do I need to do this? I guess I'll do it. Let's go byte. Let's go this player dot attributes 33. And let's go 111. 111. I need the opposite of that. So I need 111 00011. 111 000 111 00011. That's 227. That should do it for status. Let's see. But I'm going to have to test all this crap because I haven't done this in a while. This is going to be duration. Let's just keep that for now. You guys want to see what I've coded so far? Let's see. I got a bunch of chats, guys. Sorry, man. I'm just trying to concentrate. Yeah, we're reviving. We're going to revive this bitch. You're welcome, Aloha. 2K is the best. 2K is the best. Definitely need a franchise mode. We need a reason to play all pro football besides playing online and playing a season. Enough of this shit. All right. Let's look at let's run this. Thanks, Sean. Love you guys too, man. I love you guys too. All right, so I'm going to open up. Let's open up the same roster that I'm running with now. Not online, offline, season test. Let's do the wings. So see, now I'm opening up a season file. All right. So let's see if you guys can see this. So this is in progress. So you can see it's all, I have it working now where the season file opens up. And so I just opened up the FXG file. Okay. The FXG files are your season file. That's what they look like, .fxg. Okay. Your roster files are .ros. So you guys know that. And if you don't, that's the way it works. So I've been able to decrypt the season file and get the season file loading in the editor. But they're two separate different files, right? The roster file is different than the season file. I mean, but they have the same content inside, but the season has more. So it's like the season has the roster plus more. So what I'm saying is that now we can open up season files, but what we're going to want to do, and I'm going to make tutorials and stuff, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to start with 8 teams. Because if you open this up, and I'll show you, if you open this up with less than 8 teams, let's say we do, this is 1. It's going to say you need 8 teams. It's going to say season file has less than 8 created teams. You must have 8 created teams in order to properly load the file. So then it shuts down. So let's run it again. So anyways, you're going to need to create a season with a roster that has 8 teams, right? So you go in the editor, you create 8 teams, and then you're going to create a brand new season. Okay. And that's going to be your base season file. And then from there, you throw it into the editor, and then you're gonna be asked if you want to rebuild the file. Okay, so let me show you guys real quick. So if you go to options and you do Is it this one? Right. Enable offline mode. This is what will enable, if you look at that, it'll say it turns on the prompt when loading a roster file to allow you to edit the roster offline. So what it does is that checked will ask you if you want to rebuild the file if it's not already rebuilt. And what I mean by that is, I'll show you. I don't think this one's been rebuilt, but I could be wrong. Let's see. See? Rebuild season file for offline mode. So what that means is that if you rebuild it, just like with the roster, the season file is going to be fully reconstructed to allow much more editing than you normally get with the online mode. So you're going to want to rebuild the season file once you get it together. And then when you rebuild the file, you're going to be able to, I'm going to hit no for now. You're going to be able to edit the names. Right now, you can only look them up and edit them because right now we're in online mode. Okay, online mode is this here. So you guys should be able to see some new things already. I mean, I have a bunch of stuff in here that's going to be coming out that's different than the current editor. I don't know if you guys ever use this, but if you want to ever like toggle the top menu, you can with that. I know it's nothing special, but whatever. I added a brand new USB button so that when you save your file, if you have your USB in, it's going to copy your roster or your season file right to your USB without even you don't have to do anything anymore. So you're going to rehash it by hitting save and then re-signs it and everything based on the values that are in here. Okay, and then when you hit the USB, it's going to go right to your USB. So that's something new that's coming. But this is the old season tab that just had the different verbiages that you get when you win a championship or lose or whatever. Hold on, let's see some chat. Let's see, culture, blown away, Javo. I know it's still a work in progress in theory, though. Would continual editing be possible during a season, changing the equipment? Yes, yes. During the season, you're going to be able to change whatever you want. You're going to be able to change. You're going to be able, and I'm getting the chills, but you're going to be able to trade players if you want to. Now, I don't know if the game's going to allow it. Like, it might break, but I don't think it will because all it is just you changing around stats and changing around names and stuff that the computer doesn't know. Right? So I want to make it to where you can trade players, you can add free agents, you can retire players. I want all that stuff to be in this. So yeah, you're going to be able to do all that stuff. But let me just show you some stuff here. So the big one of the big ones that I want to show you, and I'm kind of giving you guys an early reveal here because I was planning on doing a video soon on this stuff, but hey, for those of you guys who watch me, at least you get to get a short preview. If you're sticking through this live chat or live stream, then you guys can see some of this stuff here. So I have the schedule. Okay. So now you can update the schedule and you can make the schedule whatever you want. Now, granted, there's only 24 teams. Okay. There's only 24 teams when you do a season. I can't get 32. So we have to deal with 24. Okay. But you can do the schedule now, and you can actually see in here which games are your games. Now this file's already been completed, right? Like this is already the end of the year. So if you go to the stats, which I'll jump to, you can see that these guys already have all their stats for the entire year. I simmed this season till the end, right? So there's no more games left. So you're not going to see these checked because whenever the games go through, the checkboxes disappear. But if you want to edit the schedule, you can do it just like with the 2K5 editor that Flying Finn had. I kind of copied his design, like I used his design as a reference. So I built this exactly the same way. Okay. But you see, it's not showing some things here. Let me back out of this for a second because this file's already been completed. Let me see if I can get one that hasn't been. I think all of these have been completed. Shoot. Let me try this one. Let me see if this one comes up. It might break. So I don't know if it has 8 teams. But shit, if not, I can just do it real quick. Okay, so this one works. So you see now, you see the user games are checked. So when you do edit schedule, so let me rewind because I know I go fast. The user games are checked, showing that this is your team, right? So like right now I'm the Bills, but it's not going to show you as the Bills. Okay, it's going to show you as the Knights. So you're really the New York Knights in the game. That's the slot that you're using for the Bills, right? So when you're editing the season, you're editing the schedule, you're going to be editing a different team than the team that you're using. But I show you that. I show you that with the blue, right? I show you that you're New York, right? So I go to, every time we switch weeks, we're going to see that you're always New York, okay? I know I'm confusing the hell out of you guys, but the point is that this whole thing here, you can sort it, you can do whatever you want, this grid, but you can't edit on here. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the user games are your games. I tried to mess around with selecting user games for the CPU and it doesn't work. Like I can set it to use your game in here, but when I go back into the game, it won't let you actually play the game. It shows up as a user game, but it won't let you really play it for some reason. Like you hit play and I don't think anything happens or it freezes. But I know where the user game toggle's at. And that's what shows me what team you are. Okay. So, can you export those stats to a delimited file? Hell yeah, you're going to be able to. That's the whole point. That's going to be how we create a franchise mode. Okay. So, that's going to be down the road, but I can do that easy. That's 2 seconds. That's how I do all my stuff. I shoot it out to a spreadsheet. So we'll be good there, Scott. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, so you can go in here and you can basically edit the game. You can change the game. You know, you can change any game you want and you can basically make them whatever times you want. And I think there might be like a limit as to what you can do. Like, I don't think you can do like 0 a.m. See, times must be between 12 and 9:59 p.m. I have checks in here to make sure you guys don't freeze your Xbox. I mean, I don't have everything covered, but I spent a lot of time figuring out what times and what days they allow per week. And it shows you that you need 8 games, 8 home, 8 away. And then you have like which games are Thursday night games, Sunday night games, Monday night games. So I have all the breakdown here per team. But you can basically create your own schedule, you know, and you can even like swap the away and the home team. You see, when I swap them, it changes how many you have. And it won't let you save. Well, it does, but it's not going to work right. So I put them in red so you guys can kind of see that. I don't know which. I think I changed this one. Who is it? It's New Jersey and Carolina. So let's see, New Jersey. It's this top one here. So I switched back. Now we're all at 8-8. So we're all good now. But basically, you can change every single week. Okay, you can change the schedule to be whoever you want that's currently in your roster. So what I would recommend doing is create. Like I said, create the season, then you rebuild it in here, and then you create your entire team, like all your teams. So if you want to do the NFL, you can do 24 teams and you can create all the teams you want, and then you can mess around with your schedule finally. So you can have your own schedule. Yes, you only have 24 teams, but for the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to make sure that all 24 teams are on my schedule if I can. Because you have your divisions, you know, and you want to make sure that your teams are all, you know, you have to have so many teams. So I'm going to try to get my schedule to be as close as the real life Bills as possible. Let me go ahead and close this and open up the other file. I don't want to save that. All right. I've been on this stream for about an hour, guys. So hopefully I'm going to be going to bed soon, but I just want to show you guys a couple things, and I'll probably be doing some more of this so you guys can just follow along. I don't want to rebuild it. So you can go to team stats. Okay, so you can see all the team stats. Now this file here, I finished the entire season. I didn't do the playoffs yet, but I finished the regular season. So you can see that you can see all of the teams that are part of your league here. And I'm pretty sure I'm the Knights. I'm pretty sure that the Wings. I'm the Wings. It's going to show the Wings correctly. The schedule is going to not show them correctly. It's going to show them as somebody else, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Yeah, you won't see them in here. You won't see the Wings in here. But when you go to team stats, you're going to see that your actual team's name. Okay, so you can see how well you did for the teams, you know, for the stats for that season. Hey man, you're welcome, Sean. So you have team stats, you have everything in here that you have in the game, and I have all these with tooltips so you can see what these all mean if you have a question, and you can sort by each team, or you can go down to a single team. If you want to see the exact team, you can look at the team stats, or you can look at all the teams. I should probably break this down even further if I can to divisions, so you can see like per division. That's kind of why I want to show you guys this, because I want you guys to see this and give me feedback. Let's see. So the editor will just be for season mode only, or will it have all of features? Nah, man. Playbook editor. Playbooks are locked down, bro. I can't. I know where the playbooks are located, but I cannot. I know. Let's put it this way. You can't edit the playbooks. Like you can't make your own plays if that's what you're asking, Scott. But you could potentially do what you do in the game, where you check all the different plays that you want and the formations that you want. You could potentially do that through the file, through the editor, but that's going to take way too much time to decrypt all those values and figure all that out. But I know where the playbook sections are, but we would need more hands-on to decrypt that stuff, and I don't think I'm ever going to have time for that. But you never know. I'd say anything's possible. But Destro, I don't know what you mean by your question, man. So this editor will be just for the season mode only, or will it have all of the features? I don't know what you mean, man. Let me know. So players, you can look at your player stats. You want to look at the top rating, QB ratings. You can look at the top ones. You see Johnny Unitas is winning this, right? So if I go to let's do this. If I go back to whoops, I did not want to do that. If I go back to the game, I want to show you real quick. You see Johnny Unitas is at a 127.3 rating. So I go back to the game. Let's go check him out. So this should be the same. You see, 127.3. So it matches up. And, Warren Moon is 122.8. If we go back and forth, you can kind of see the difference. And I don't know how well you guys can see the spreadsheet because I know it's small, but everything matches up. So you can look at the actual ratings, and you can do it by team. So if I want to look at my Wings team and I want to see the ratings, I want to see the completions, I want to see like the rushing yards and see who has the most rushing yards, I can kind of see it through here. I have all the ratings here from left to right. It's a pretty huge spreadsheet, but this is just the first version of all this stuff. So I'll have it all, listed here. And so it's cool. And I had to like derive some of this stuff because they don't have QB rating. So I had to actually figure out the formula for QB rating. And a lot of the stuff here is all just derived values. But if we go into one of the players, what I was working on today all day, it was the injuries, right? So now you can actually see who's injured. and you can actually like change their injuries. I'm locking down the actual injury itself because, like I told you earlier, I don't know how to, I haven't fully figured out all the values for that. So for right now, I'm going to leave it alone. But then you can put in like the duration, how many weeks you want them to be hurt. Yeah, this is for, no, the editor is going to be, Destro, the editor is going to be for rosters and season. But the old editor won't have season mode. But this one has everything, roster and season. But the roster file obviously doesn't have any season stuff in it. But it will work with the season stuff. So anything new I put in here, that's going to work. Like I mentioned earlier, the USB save here, that's something that I added in. That'll be for the rosters. You know, things like that will still work. But yeah, for the injuries, you can actually take someone and make them, you know, put them 14 weeks out. Now he's questionable, you know, or he's out for 14 weeks. You know, you can take someone who's actually out. So let's find someone here real quick. You could take someone who's actually out of let's check this guy out. So Werewolves, Randy White, torn MCL. He's out for 19 weeks, right? If I can read that right, 18 or 19 weeks. So Randy White, Werewolves. So let's go back and let's grab him. So let's go to the Werewolves and then let's go to Randy White. And then see, he's out. Now I don't have the injury correct, like I said, because I don't have that hooked up yet, but 146 weeks. So see, that's wrong. I must have just put a bug in when I was working on this. Hold on a second. This is the one that I was working on a minute ago that I think I might have messed up. Hold on a second. Let me see this bad boy. So attributes. Here we go. Here we go. So it was right the way I had it. So I need to fix that. Let's see if that fixes it. Because I know durations were working. But I think I just broke it. B Diddy. No, you're not dreaming, man. This is real. Got to keep this ship moving, man. Got to keep it moving. Let's go back to Werewolves. Go to Randy White. It should say 19 weeks, 18 weeks. Okay, so that's right, 18 weeks. So if you look at this matches what we see in the game. If we look at the game again, yeah, it's 18 weeks. So see, it matches exactly what he has. Now, if I want to change him to be doubtful and put him out for a week, I can do that. And now he's doubtful 1 week. Okay, so I just added that in today. You guys are seeing that like firsthand. Whoops, you guys didn't see that. So I made him doubtful. So yeah, I took him from, he was out in 18 weeks. And then I made him something else, right? You can basically do whatever you want. And I took the pictures here so you can see them. But you can change this to be whatever you want to do. I moved around some things here. So you're going to see a different thing. But you're also going to see some new tabs here. You're going to see season stats and career stats, okay? I've done nothing with career stats yet. That's going to be the franchise mode that I'm going to be working on next. But season stats, if you're a defensive guy, you're just going to see your defense. I didn't put in like special teams or anything yet. So depending on what position you are, it's like if you're quarterback, Neil O'Donnell, then you're going to get the quarterback stats. Now it's showing him as, oh, because he got Staubach. Man, they got 2 star quarterbacks in this team. Are they nuts? That's funny. Let's see that again. Yeah, they got 2 star quarterbacks. They got Neil O'Donnell as a bronze and Roger Staubach. That's funny. So if you go to Staubach stats, you're going to see him right here. And you can edit these. I made them editable today, and don't ask me why. I was thinking about it. I mean, I did it because I figured why not. But I know I'm not going to be editing this stuff, but some people might want to. They may want to put some crazy ass passing yards or, mess around with the stats. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Maybe if you're simulating like a real football league and you want to copy exactly what they have. I don't know. But right now I just put in like relative to their position. This all gets built on the fly based on their position, right? So like if you're a receiver, for instance, you're probably going to get like rushing and receiving just in case you rush. But that's the thing too, like you're going to see more stats in here than you would because you're going to see every single stat for that player. And in the game, you don't see that. If you're a receiver, you're only going to see receiving stats. And then if you're in the game, so they don't show all this stuff. So it's kind of cool if you want to see like everything that the player's done. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Scott, man. The MB Diddy culture, man. You guys are all welcome. This stuff is shit ton of work. A lot of work. So I guess I had the wrong thing on here. But yeah, this is a lot of work. So, I'm not really working right now. I'm working on my video game. That's my job, but I'm doing this because I think I can get it done in a short amount of time. And then I'm going to get back to my video game, but I want to get this done and then I'll put it out there. And I don't know how I'm going to figure out the donations yet. I'm not sure how to do it, but, I know I would donate for this stuff. This stuff is crazy amount of work and it's going to give life to people who want to play franchise, who want to play season mode, but yeah, so depending on the player, you're going to have different stats you can mess around with. This guy's probably a scrub. So let's see this guy. This guy has some receiving stats. He's a tight end. So yeah, so I have the injuries, I have the stats, I have the schedule for season mode. So from here, what I'm planning on doing is, I'm probably going to end this soon. I know I've been on for a while, guys, but I'm going to finish up the injury stuff that I was working on. I'm not sure if I'm going to get this figured out. So just hold back on this. Before I release this, I'm going to be releasing this with a first version. And my first version, I think I'm going to try to have the franchise mode built in. At least some way to do franchise mode. And then from there, over time, this will evolve and get better and better and better depending on what feedback we get and what people want. So if you donate and you end up, getting this new version, then that donation will go for future upgrades. The first one that you guys donated on, I've been upgrading that one for a few years now. So, that $10 went a pretty long way. So this one will go a long way as well. So I appreciate all the support, guys. And I think I'm going to end the stream now. If you guys have any questions or anything, hit me up on Simheads or, leave some comments here. Thanks for all the questions. It's kind of late and I know I'm just tired just showing you guys some things, but I think I'm going to, tomorrow I'm going to be working on this. So if you guys want, I'll do some live streaming and then I won't be talking as much, but I'll kind of be working on it. So if you guys want to check it out or if you have any questions, just feel free to jump in and you guys can watch me code if that's even worth your freaking time. I don't know. But I'm tired, man. I've been playing golf with my son like every day after school. He wants to be a professional golfer. So he and I have been going to the golf course here and just, doing our thing. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, this is like a sneak peek preview of what's coming. I kind of, let the cat out of the bag a little early, but it's all good. I mean, you guys, I really want your feedback. and I want to show you like how much I'm doing so you guys can appreciate it. So, so yeah, until next time, one quick last thing I'll show you is there's this copper toggle here. So for us guys that use copper players, basically a generic with a with an ability. This is for you, Destro. You're gonna have this with the roster file. So this will be something new that you get. So you can actually toggle them on and off, and it'll change your total team. So like if you want to make sure you only have so many players, reason why I did this was because you want to make sure that, you know, here it shows you only have whatever that total number is, that you can have like 11 or whatever star players, and then you can just set it back to copper. There's also going to be some updating that I did to make it easier to make our teams when we do our league play. But I'll be putting that in the release notes whenever I release this. And I'm thinking the time frame is going to be over the next week or two. So it's pretty close. I don't think we're that far away. But I'll be doing some more of these live streams and sharing with you guys more of this stuff here. But my next one, I'll be coding a lot more and doing a lot less talking. I'll let you guys chat and ask questions, but I'll be coding more on the next one. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out. Thanks for all the support. Later.